pose a question to you, because one of the main things that you said was, you know, you're trying to understand men. With everything that you're saying, my biggest question to you is like, who's supposed to care? Why do you think that we care who you are, how you feel, or what you think?
To be honest with you, women don't either. I don't think that we necessarily come out the gate like, oh my God, I want to fall in love with this man. I think we put too much, or we give men too much credit. Even though you're a man, you're human.
Yeah, I mean, we are, but like women have this analytical perspective every time they look at a man. Oh, he's maybe, you know, there's a physical attraction out the gate, right? Then you're like, you know, I wonder what he does. That's not the next question for us. It stops at that. Like, there's not a second question for us. It's like, oh, damn, she's bad.
And it's true. We don't want to deal with anyone that's not doing anything with their lives. What I know of a man to be is the breadwinner, is to be strong, is to be my protector.
Right.
For me as a woman, knowing what you do gives me a sense of who you are. Obama is a lawyer. You know what I mean? The way he represents himself, the way he walks. He came up to me and told me he was the president of the United States. This man is it. Okay? This man is it, man. This is real. Again, if I got a man that says, oh, all I do is smoke weed all day and I'm chilling and I'm on a corner with my friends, that to me is kind of like, wait. I don't want to get pregnant by this guy. I don't want to get married to this guy. I want to know who I'm dealing with.
Right.
That's just how I feel. I have to know who I'm dealing with.
I respect everything that you think about as a woman.
Yeah.
Being a smart woman going into any situation or any relationship, you also have to look at who you're dealing with. We don't think about that. So you can't hold us to the same standard. The men should be asking the same questions.
So then how did you get to the point where you're married? If that's the case, if you looked at your wife and was like, oh, I just want to fuck her, how do you get to the point where now I want to marry her?
Well, that's a process.
Of course.
All in all.
But that's the thing, that not necessarily looking at you and saying I want you to be my husband, but let me represent myself to the best of my ability, or let me come across as something that he may want to be his wife. As a woman, you want to be your best because you don't know who your husband is. So we don't go in it like, I don't go in it to one always look at it like, oh, I want to fuck you, I want money. Because what about if you are my husband? I don't want to come across that that's all I wanted from you.
Right.
So when men come across like that, it's just, it takes me back. I don't know if it takes you guys back, but it takes me back. Like, and even from a woman's standpoint, like, when a woman looks at you and asks you, what do you do for a living? How do you feel? Because
That's an interesting question.
I'll tell you, yeah, go ahead, you went good, bro. Yeah, for real. When a woman looks at me and she asks, I'm looking at her weird right off rip. It's crazy, as weird as that sounds, because it's a normal question to ask. Well, you know, what do you do for a living? Yeah. But if that's the first thing you asking me, I already think that your intentions are, well, what type of guy is he, and like what, you know, not necessarily what can he do for me, but like, yeah, like, yo, yeah, you going straight for stability, and it's like, you know what I'm saying, like, and that's cool and everything, but like, ask me about myself first. You can, just the same way that you could look at a dude when he come up to you and he a little aggressive, you could be like, he just wants to fuck. We could look at y'all and be like, she's trying to find out what I got going on. Like, you feel me, right? Like, you know, you have every right to prove me wrong from then on out. You feel me? It's just how I'm gonna take it initially.
But did you not hear what I said though? As far as when I look at a man and I ask him that question, it's just to know who I'm dealing with. Because you could be a fucking drug dealer and put me in a hard position in life, not dealing with you. Now I'm dealing with you a month in, I find you a drug dealer, I get pulled over in a car with you, didn't know you was a drug dealer, and you got a pound in your trunk. Versus a man that could be the president of the United States and I'm walking and I'm flashing my titties and not knowing the position he has in this world, how powerful he could be. So you can look at it as a woman trying to see your pockets, or you can look at it as a woman trying to know who the fuck she's dealing with.
You have that right to feel that way too. Like, I just want to know, because maybe the things that you've been through in the past, you like, I don't want to just be dealing with just anybody. So that's brought you to the point where you like, I'm gonna ask those questions up front. But you can't blame us for being a little drawn back, because it's like, what are you doing here? Did you come with anybody? Are you single? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, what you got work in the morning? What type of work is that? Like, yeah, it's like, nah, bro. It's like, yo, ask me, like, what's good? Like, hey, yo, how you doing? My name's such and such. Hey, like your outfit. Cool, like your hair. Something like that, like, you know, yeah.
So honestly, as a woman,
yeah.
What are the type of women that attract you to wanting more from them outside of sex?
On the outside of sex? Yeah. It's a lot of things. It's the way she carries herself. It's the conversations that we have. Like, can I just chill with you and not say anything for a few hours and be okay with that? Like, if I can hang out with you and we can not talk for 3-4 hours and not feel weird about that, I like being around you. I want to talk to you even more now, because it's not forced. It's like we just living, we chilling. She's intelligent. She has things on those things. discover about somebody when you keep scratching the surface. Like,
But guess what? And oh my God, you saying this is amazing because you know how many times that I show my intelligence? You know how many times that I feel like I have to break down my inner beauty over my outer beauty and still don't get recognized for that and still just want to be, that man just want to fuck? So as much as you're saying that, it's not necessarily true for me at least.
you could show us that, and you could be like, yo, you are the complete woman. And some guys, at the point that they are in their life, they'll look at it like, I'm still not ready to settle down. Because most guys,
I love that.
yeah, because most guys see a woman, and we might know what we have in front of us. Yo, she's the whole package. Yo, my family loves her. You feel me? She gets along with my homies. You feel me? She's got a good career. She's ambitious. She's doing things. That make us love her. But then it's always, you hear those stories about when he fuck up, then he realized like, oh shit, like I know what I have then. You know what I'm saying? But it's also timing. That's what I mean with timing. It brings me back to that. It depends on where we are in our life, because guys, like, we're simple creatures. Just like Rodney said, we're simple creatures. We're not looking at the complexity of things. We're looking surface level, and we leave like you guys to do all of that. But when we come into a situation with a woman, if we're not ready, like, or if we haven't, forget my language, if we haven't ran through a lot of girls, or if we haven't had any type of interaction with a woman that we've been hurt, you know what I'm saying? If we haven't felt that, then we're not gonna be ready for that. We're not looking at that as, hey, I'm ready to settle down. We're looking at it as, I'm gonna keep working on what I gotta work on, and she'll come along when she come along, like whatever the case. Yeah.
You can forget it. Especially in the early 20s, like we're out there exploring.
And that's
Like-
why I find myself dating older guys. But still in all, dating the older guys, I get taken advantage of because me being a younger woman, they think that I'm on the same tip that you're saying these 20-year-old guys on. That, do she really like me or is she here for my money?
Like in the 20s, we just became hunters. Brand new, straight out the gate. Like it's like, and you got this thirst, right? You're just hungry. You're like, you know, I gotta find my next prey.
Right.
You know, and it's not intentional. It's not like, oh, I'm trying to go and break a bunch of hearts, but I'm not analytically looking at you and saying, oh, I'm thinking she'll be an amazing wife. It's more of oh, she's attractive. And it literally stops there. And most of the times it's not like even, oh, she's attractive and I wanna fuck. It's like, oh, she's attractive. She'd be nice to talk to, have a conversation with. And then see where it goes.
So let me ask you this. If you find yourself in a position with a woman that is intelligent, that is beautiful inside and out, and it has nothing to do with timing, and you see that this woman is really beautiful, but all you still want is sex from her, do you tell her that? Because I feel like a lot of men don't. I feel like regardless that she's beautiful, that she's intelligent, that she's all this whole entire package, but you still don't take her serious.
No, they wouldn't, because there's a chance that you might ruin it.
It's selfish as it is, you feel me? Like, women might have their own reason for being in that situation that's selfish for their own right. Men will have that reason as a selfish. It'd be like, we'll wait for the other stuff to like catch up. You feel me? We'll wait for the other stuff, because it's enough chemistry here to keep me here, and like we're here, we're dealing with this. I'm in a frat, you feel me? I'm a Kappa, like, and I've been around like some of my older frat brothers, you feel me, that aren't married, and they like 40, 50. They still acting just like me when I was like 23, 24, right? And it's like, so it's about really what he's been through and if he's ready to do that. Because regardless of anything that you think about any guy, you know, he's an actor or he's, you know, a drug dealer, he's a drug addict, whatever. You gotta know what type of dude you're dealing with just on the level of what type of decisions does he make, you feel me? Because that's all it is. He could, you could be in front of me right now, you're attractive, you're intelligent, you can have all the things going for you in the world. I still might not see that, but it's my decision if I'm gonna actually be like, yo, I'm gonna look at her for what she actually is, and then I'm just gonna go from there. That's a decision that I make, you feel me? Like, and some men don't make decisions. Some men just think off of instinct.
Does that stop you from letting that woman know that from the jump? Because now you place a woman in a situation where it's 6 months down the line and you play with her and now she has feelings for you. Mm-hmm. And you see that this is an intelligent, beautiful woman and you enjoy having sex with her, you do enjoy it, but you don't want anything else from it. But you don't want to end it because you do enjoy that moment with her.
Right.
As men, when do you relate those messages? When it's too late, when that woman's already deeply into it and now she's fighting for your love?
Unfortunately, yes. Like you can't, you're not gonna do it initially.
Nah,
This is not.
That's what I'm saying. Because I am that guy, bro. Like, yo, listen, I'm not here, and don't expect me to be here, because I'll never be there for you right now. And if you don't like it, walk.
Because of
I know I'm not ready for that.
But that's because of where you are.
Because you'll hate me forever. You'll hate me forever. And you might also know a whole bunch of other bad joints that's gonna hate me forever too. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's how young guys think. You feel me? It's all about decisions you make. A guy should tell you like, yo, but see, he might not know that up front, like all I wanna do is rip. Cause 10 out of 10 we wanna rip anyway. You get what I'm saying? So like after we rip, I feel like for guys, that's when we know. No bullshit. After we
Let me ask you this, do you find it attractive or do you find it insane when a woman is willing to ride it out with you while you figure it out?
I find that super attractive, and here's why. That's how it usually happens. Like, she's the one that has my best interest at heart. She's the one that sees me, and I still have to grow. You feel me? No woman should ever look at a man and feel like, yo, he's never gonna do this and he's never gonna do that, because we're not looking at y'all expecting that same thing. You feel me? That's why, to some extent, it hurts us a lot. Like when we find out that like our chick has played us, but we're like, how? Her? Like, nah, right. When chicks find out that they do, they like, damn, yo, he like the rest of them. You get what I'm saying? It's different, yo. It's different. It's about the decisions that we make.
So when is a woman being crazy then? When is a woman being crazy and like?
It's okay to be crazy. You're fighting for what you want.
When a woman's being crazy to the sense that when she needs to just let it go, like, I don't want to be with you.
That's her decision. When it's too repetitive and she's like, and she could be playing the fence too, where it's like, I might feel this way, I might not. You feel me? I'm gonna just ride it out.
Because that's a hard part, I think, for women. They don't know when to leave and when to ride it out.
You know, y'all know when it's a dead end with a guy and the cycle's starting to get repetitive, like, yo, he's only calling me at midnight. He only wants to come through at like when he's done with his boys. He don't ever want to go out to lunch with me. He don't want to see me in public with him. Right. You know. But women don't want to know that. They just want to know, like, because men can be with you every single night. We're there with you every single night. And then when we leave, our actions are completely different. You might think he don't give a fuck. But then it's like, yo, we come right back to the crib and it's like, yo, you want to lay on my chest? Can I scratch your head? Right, so we might be sitting in those mixed emotions. And you like, yo, this ain't adding up. Play it for what it is. Our actions are our actions, and only read our actions, yo, because our words 9 out of 10 really ain't adding up. You feel me? It's not play men's play. If a woman wants to play it safe, play a man's actions. Never listen to nothing he's saying. You'll listen to what he's saying if what he's saying starts to add up consistently over time. You're like, okay, he been preaching this. It must be the truth. But if you just follow his actions, you will get all you need to know. You will get all you need to know. Follow the action. Follow the action. Because, and this is what I mean. Take it a step further. It's not just the action. It's like, okay, yo, he's talking to me every day. That's an action. He's investing time in me. I think he likes me. But take it a step further than that. Is he really investing time with you, or is he just texting you? Does he want to come see you? Is he trying to do things with you? You know what I'm saying? Is he like asking about how your day went? Is he really investing time, or is he just texting you to text? What's the text about? Is it always some sexual shit? Pay attention to the signs. They're there.
He has to be invested in you as a person, in your growth and your well-being. You know, is he asking those questions about how are you doing? How do you feel today? How was your day? Like those questions really mean that he cares and he wants to know.
So as a woman, I find that a lot of us tend to run away from guys like that and tend to want to eat up the guys that we can't touch.
I almost broke
And-
my fucking camera.
You like squeeze?